Picture this. 4 a.m. 7-minute queue for a game in Goldie Low Ranked. Intending to lock in my... Oh! What's that? A request to swap jungle for mid. Now, I don't know about you, but when proposed with such an idea... Okay. I'm down for it. We get a Rengar jungle. Oh my god, guys, we might be able to do the thing. I think we just get the legendary Rengar Ivern game on stream. And the legendary Rengar Ivern game on stream we did have. Let me tell you, if someone says, give me jungle at 4 a.m., they are going to be cracked. And if they lock in Rengar, here is your free LP tip. If someone's locking in Rengar at 4 a.m., just pick Ivern for him. I don't know if you understand how broken this champion is, just with anyone because of his enchanter properties, Daisy CC. But when you give Rengar bushes for free, it truly changes everything. And it doesn't even... They locked in Zed, and I don't care. Listen, one man, one tree, and against one man in the mid lane, doesn't even matter. I'm just giving you guys a quick intro. I'm not going to commentate the whole time, because, you know, this duo speaks for itself, okay? You give the Bush Cat infinite bush, I mean, things are just going to work out. And because the other thing is that the Rengar player, if he's locking in Rengar at 4 a.m., he's either going to solo run it down and lose the game for you, or he's going to carry. So you might as well throw it all on red, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what position you are. Lock in ADC, Ivern, I don't care. If you see a Rengar, give him the bush. One man, one tree. Just a quick intro. We're just CSing right here. The bushes actually give Ivern increased damage on his basic attack, so putting bushes down in lane is good for multiple reasons. It lets you CS easier. I know people like to go tier first on mages sometimes, but I think having the little bit of extra health, a little bit of extra AP from Doran's Ring is really, really helpful in case you have to do an early skirmish. Yeah, the CS really isn't that bad on Ivern as everyone, just one man, one tree. You just CS, you know, the shitty mage auto attacks who don't really have a good spell to CS with. It's doable. You just have to, yeah, you save your one spell for the cannon. Everything else, you know, you're going to have so much utility that it's going to, and see, when Zed does get on you, as long as you have a decent wave, he really can't damage you that much. Your shield tanks a shit ton. And Ivern's doing, because you're proccing Airy, you're doing your bonus damage from being in a bush, your shield is tanking damage and then exploding, so you can actually trade pretty well even without your ultimate. But you're just one man and one tree and a lot of bushes. One man and a lot of bushes. And listen, I do miss when I could go double jungle Ivern. I think that was really broken. I wish they kept it in the game. But really, if you can't get the jungle item, it's not super worth going for taking Smite, in my opinion. I think I was a little rushed when I was picking my runes this game. I might have gone exhausted because we got the assassin matchup plus 2 ADCs, 2 assassins because there's an echo support and 2 ADCs. So, like, this is, when you think about it, this is like the scariest possible game to be picking a squishy enchanter type mid. But it still doesn't matter because giving Rengar bushes is so broken. It's so broken. You aren't one man, one tree. And then you have the cat that's also there. We haven't seen Rengar yet, but I assure you that when we do cross paths, we will leave mayhem in our wake. One sec, let me hit my water. That's the thing about there's Rengar. Okay, listen, if you're like really a gamer, you can give you can put bushes across the raptor pit for Rengar. Like any camp that you're near him, this is probably the best one to do it. Yeah, there you go. Give him a little bush. Because when you give Rengar a bush, he jumpy from bush. Hey, listen, if you don't know, Rengar jump from bush. Cat jump from bush. It's because he's sneaky. It's because he's a sneaky feline, and he jump from bush. When he's in bush, he get to jump. He become jump scare man. He jump from bush. I think it's reminiscent of Five Nights at Freddy's. Getting dove by 2 assassins, by the way. I'm an enchanter, by the way. Yeah, I never played Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't know. Because I think you start, what happens is you start in like a room. We're just doing a quick intro, by the way, guys, and then we'll cut to the stream audio. Yeah, you just start in a room, and then it's like, from what I understand, and then you're looking at like TV, the camera, it's security camera, but there's a different CCTV footage of the Chuck E. Cheese place, right? But I don't really, and I know you get jump scared by the Chuck E. Cheese peoples, robots, but I don't know what happens after. I remember that they kept coming out with sequels or something, and I was just kind of like, oh brother, like, I don't know. It was beyond me. I never really getting boots. Listen, Darkseal. Listen. I know I said something about tier earlier, and I still bought a tier. I think going Archangels is overrated in a lot of cases on Ivern, but as a mid with them having 2 assassins, I think it was like a good pick here, because I also really needed sustain in lane. Like, I just wanted to be able to spam shields, because Zed could get his shuriken on me without me being able to react otherwise. I wanted to have it up as much as possible. And my CS is really bad this game. It was horrible. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're 600 gold behind the Zed or something, because you can put a bush down for Rengar anywhere. Like, do you understand? Rengar can jump from the bush. And it's Rengar. Rawr! Big cat, big damage. Ooh, that's one cat from a bush. I don't know how he got inside of that bush all stealthily, but he certainly emerged in a violent manner. That's it. You see the Rengar is just going ham. I don't know why the enemy top lane... Really, this game was all on the enemy top laner, and he locked in Draven. It's just illegal to be an ADC top versus a Rengar, in my opinion. That's really bad. I think the Nunu for enemy jungle was a good pick, too. Let's check out how we approach this fight. 1 tree, 1 man, and 1 cat. Rengar's in a bush. He jumps to Void Grubs. Grubs are huge and kind of die so quick, so I feel like a lot of the time I see people just gravitating towards them in fights. Yeah, Nunu just eats Daisy. That is like one thing about the matchup that's important to know. Because the Nunu Q on like monster class enemies is so fat, they'll just fucking chomp and one-shot your Daisy. Yeah, check out this fight. I'm giving my cat everything. He jumps across there. I'm just trailing Rengar. I give him a bush here. Check out this bush, right? I lose my life, whatever. Because I put that bush there, bam, Rengar jumps over here, and he gets this kill. And then he's on an ADC. Of course he's going to get this other kill. He pings it too. Like, this guy is hard smurf. This is why you just pick Ivern. He gets both of those kills because I put 1 bush in a spot where it's not usually supposed to be, and it lets him jump over. Like, I don't think you... As bot lane too, Rengar ADC, Ivern support, I think that's, like, objectively the best lane in the game. It's always been the best lane in the game. Like, since I've started playing, it's just always like this. It's always OP. Rengar players are always crazy too. It naturally self-selects. This duo is just busted. Just pick the tree. 1 man, 1 tree. Just pick the man and his tree. You're gonna shield Rengar. Your Q lets melees jump to people. The shield, like, double shields now. I don't know if you guys know this. Since the rework, you get... The shield will, like, respawn for another 1.5 seconds if the explosion doesn't hit anybody. So it's just maximum safety. Daisy CCs. Wapa, wapa. I am the tree. And then after that, Rengar jumps on people. He slices and dices them. Does his Q crit thingy. It's crazy. It's the crazy that you're like no one. I think Ivern is literally like the 2nd or 3rd least picked character or something like that. It's actually wild. Because he's so good. He's so good, and him and Rengar is the best duo in the game. Best two champions to play together in the game. So, that's what you need to hear. Rengar pings. And I get a little ahead of myself. I approach as soon as my shield falls, and I don't re-shield myself in time. And it gets a little dicey for the kitty. No, kitty man, run to the bush. Then we got a Shen support. Shen ult. Walk him down, yeah! World Star, walk him down! Jump out of the bush at him! Yeah, dude, it's pretty sick. All you need is a bush, one man, one tree, and then one cat and many bushes. It's the way things were meant to be. Just one man and one tree. Anyways, guys, this is just a quick intro, like I was saying. Doesn't matter who the enemy team locks. 2 assassins, whatever. 2 assassins, 3 assassins, 2 assassins, a bassoon player, an alchemist. It doesn't matter, okay? Tom Brady, 100 chickens, 10 wolves, a fortnight's worth of ants marching along steadily, a whole armada of various other species. It doesn't matter. Rengar and Ivern could defeat them all. Rengar and Ivern scale to at least 2C. They could defeat Goku in most forms easily. It's the best duo in the. You put a bush down and then he jumps from the bush. I don't know how to. I don't. If you can you type bush in the comments just so I know I'm getting through to people. We don't have to talk about that queue. Yeah, if you're in that spot, you might just want to queue a minion. The minions aren't gonna sidestep you know what I'm saying? I was reading into posture and not any sense. It's just so because Zed does have to skill shot you, and like the Zed puts down his little shadow, and then he has to do his freaking trigonometry from his shadow. So if you're in the bush and you can be a lot of different directions within the bush, it definitely helps for Zed specific. I would definitely I would play this matchup even with no Rengar. Honestly, it kind of seems fun. Like I know people would think it's giga garbage, but I just think that one man and one tree, it's a lot. You know, it really is something to write home about. You know, we got I think Shen support is also, and I was kind of skeptical about the Mel ADC pick, but it's like our comp really is just Rengar super carry, so I definitely understand it. Like if you got a super carry jungle and people are playing for him, then Mel's a good ADC to keep your distance, dish out a pretty fat damage, and then the huge W, of course. Yeah, so just one man and one tree. I'm a little scared to approach Zed because I think I'm in lethal from him here, but I think I approach him because my team's backing me up. And Tryndamere's just pushing top this whole time. Tryndamere's a great pick to round it out, too. One of the best side pushers. One of the best splitters. And not a quitter. You know, Tryndamere, 5 seconds of unquitting, if anything. Burning Flash. Get Shen ulted. What, top 10 in good feelings? Dude, I would love to sprint at someone in real life with a Shen ult coming to me. That must feel like so secure. Like knowing he's gonna E them as soon as you approach. How safe you are. Ooh. Get tickled by the Draven ultimate. My tree. That's the thing about trees. They regrow. Trees are a renewable resource. Well, actually, that's kind of the crazy thing, is that trees aren't like... When you think about it, trees aren't actually a renewable resource in as large a capacity as they need to be, because wood gets harder the longer it grows. And when people were making society and stuff, we cut down most of the old trees. Like, we kind of carve out reservations where old trees are illegal to cut down. Get the rows! Cut down that new budding vegetation. Give me XP and gold. No, just XP. And adaptive force. But yeah, the old growth trees, damn, it's like, it was actually like way easier for your ancestors to make a house, because the wood that they could just go and cut down crazy excellent wood that had been there for hundreds of years, because people weren't freaking building giant houses all the time there. So there's just giant trees that are really old, really hard, really stable, laying around, and they're just gone now. Like trees don't like all the trees that have. I mean, we kind of chunked him with the one auto and one Q as well. Oh, he did get stunned. Oh, my Q landed. He was so fucked. Oh! You just go Ivern if someone goes Rengar. I mean, it's that simple. You just go Ivern. You just go if they're playing Rengar at 4 AM, you're correct. Just go Ivern. I mistook the snare drum for tappings. Like, how easy is that? Someone picks Rengar, you lock Ivern. And you give them bushes to jump from. I mean, it's really that simple.